We just wanted to take this opportunity to share with you some of the highlights that we've seen over the last 12 months in the life of Ashford Vineyard. What a year it has been. It's been so hard to try and narrow down just a few things to tell you in the next few minutes, but hopefully you'll be able to hear from us some of the things that we have loved seeing that God has done. We've seen lives changed, we've seen so many people reached in Ashford through practical, emotional and spiritual support, and it's been an absolute belter of a year.
And there is so much more to come. We're not even really sure what the next 12 months looks like. Okay, we've got some idea, but there's so much that we really don't know. I mean, what are you going to get involved in, and what change are you going to create? See, we don't know. There's loads we don't know, but one thing we do know is that Ashford Vineyard is going to continue to go from strength to strength as long as it stays focused on its clear vision of making church irresistible and seeing lives changed across Ashford. So, to pick a couple of highlights from the last year, well, to be honest, this has been quite a challenge because there have been so many. But Family Carols for me was incredible to see literally hundreds and hundreds of people piling in through the door, so many that we had to do it in 2 shifts. There was chocolate and mince pies and carols and fun and games, and it was such a great time for the whole of the Ashford Vineyard community. We had new friends there, old friends there. It was great, and I'm looking forward to Family Carols 2015. We did, however, this year say goodbye to Family Camp for the foreseeable future. We really hope it will come back one day, but boy did we go out on a good one. The weather was incredible. The whole team who organised it did a fantastic job. There was fun to be had aplenty. Loads of relationships made, new people again, old people again, old friends, not just old people, you understand. But what a great time it was. So that is definitely one of my treasured memories for this last year.
So as someone who gets excited about just about anything, it's been really hard for me to narrow down to just a couple of highlights. But one of them for me has been our baptisms over the last year. We had some fantastic pool party baptisms back at Easter where we baptised 7 people. It was just a total privilege with friends and family and just having a great time in the pool afterwards with a pool party. We then just recently went down to Dymchurch Beach on a gloriously sunny day and baptised 5 more people in the sea. To watch people give their yes to Jesus and talk about the difference that he's made in their life will never get boring for me. It is such a privilege and we've loved doing baptisms this year. The other highlight for me was probably between 2 Ashford Sings gigs. So for those of you that don't know, Ashford Sings is the community choir that is sponsored by Ashford Vineyard, and it's a huge choir with a mix of every kind of people. Well, at Christmas we went to Trafalgar Square and stood under the tree and performed a gig there. It was so special, completely romantic, with people on the steps of the National Gallery watching and the choir just forging a real family bond at that event. And then we went on to the Leescliffe Hall to do an incredible gig there for the big concert and quiz in aid of Pilgrim's Hospice. And that was another wonderful time to invite friends and family to share just a little bit of the special thing that we call Ashford Sings.
As well as seeing a change in leadership in the last year in Ashford Vineyard, we have also seen our compassion work explode into life. There have been many people who have gone before, but Richard and Francis have taken this on and they have stewarded this incredible wealth of volunteers and enthusiasm and passion to see people's lives change. We've been thrilled to see Open Arms start. Our storehouse continues. Many mummies' meals have been delivered to many, many families. We're also excited about Dress for Success, which is coming up. Excel Mentoring, the A-team have been really plugged in helping people with gardens and moving staff and all kinds of things. But of course, we also have the fantastic news that we have just been voted Sainsbury's Charity of the Year for Ashford. And one of the things the manager is most excited about, the fact that he's got 650 people working there who he thinks many of whom would love to get stuck in. Everyone gets to play, and that really matters to us. We've seen some incredible times in worship over this last year as well. No end of healings. We have seen people's legs get better, arms get better, heads get better, hearts get better. Pretty much every body part you can imagine seems to have been healed at some point over the last year. God is on the move, and we are just thrilled to be part of that adventure. It's been great also to see so many new people and to make so many new friends over this last year. Sure, we've seen new people pretty much every single Sunday at Repton, but Sundays are just a part of it. Through our book clubs and all the work we do across Ashford with our Toddles groups and with Wine Club, there have been so many people that are brand new to the Ashford Vineyard community.
We've continued to see amazing things happen through AV Kids and AV Youth that have been going on over the course of the last year. Charlotte Rawling did an incredible job at the helm, and as she stepped down to pursue different adventures with God in January, I had the privilege of taking this area on within church life. I have just loved seeing our youngest members of Ashford Vineyard growing in confidence to pray for one another, to just do life together, to have fun and build friendships and relationships. And even though I'm pretty tired at the end of an AV Kids session, I'm never short of enthusiasm for the incredible men and women of God that we are seeing develop in those places. For the youth, in particular, we've seen that area grow this year, which is just brilliant. And one of the highlights I think they would say for them was going away to Dreaming the Impossible, which is the National Vineyard Conference earlier this year. We saw great videos and fabulous stories come back from there of how that group have really bonded together and really excitingly have found new ways of connecting with God that they hadn't found before. So one of the other things we're passionate about at Ashford Vineyard is that we can create spaces where people can come and feel like they know others and others can get to know them. One of the ways that we've done this in church life is by operating lots of fantastic DLT groups, which stands for Doing Life Together. We feel one of the best ways that we can become irresistible as a church is having places where people can come and develop relationships with others and with God at the same time. Our DLTs have been doing an incredible job this year at doing exactly that. And watch this space because there are new ones coming, and it's exciting to see just how God is going to continue to forge relationships and develop those groups as we continue to grow.
So, one of the big events that happened this year is we changed our strapline from Ashford Vineyard Doing Life Together to Ashford Vineyard creating an irresistible church where people who don't do church love to be. It's not because we've stopped doing life together and not because that doesn't matter anymore. It matters enormously to us, and we firmly believe, as you know, that life is done in circles and not in rows. However, we are trying to create an irresistible church for everyone who thinks that they probably don't fit into a church. That's who we're trying to create an irresistible church for. And this word irresistible, we are trying to attach to as many things as possible. That's certainly in our thinking as we discuss and put forward plans about how we are going to make our new warehouse fit for purpose. How can we make it irresistible to even people who are just driving past? We've had lots of suggestions. There are loads of ideas. The creative juices are flowing. And in the coming weeks, we will see work begin on the warehouse to make it fit for purpose. We want the warehouse to reflect our values, so we want everyone to feel welcome and that they matter. We want it to be a place that is utterly irresistible.
So with so many things that we've been able to celebrate over the last 12 months, our minds have already started turning to all the things that are yet to come in the year ahead. And you can rest assured that God is not finished with Ashford Vineyard. We've been praying and dreaming and talking with our leaders and with lots of people who are part of the community and just starting to wonder what it is that God has got on his agenda from here on in. We love the fact that we are a changing, growing and developing church, and we know that the next 12 months is going to see more of that. More healing, more compassion projects going out and changing lives, more encounter with God through worship, more exciting things happen through the life of kids and young families and youth, more amazing things happening through our gathering groups. There's so many things that we couldn't possibly mention them all. But what do you think you're going to contribute in the coming year? What's God saying to you about the role that you might play at Ashford Vineyard in the next 12 months? Maybe now, as we take a break for the summer, it's a good time to start asking those questions. Start praying, start dreaming, and come up with some ways that you think you might be able to see lives changed in the coming year.
I find it incredible how many hours people spend volunteering in the life of Ashford Vineyard. We always say that if you want to be a part of Ashford Vineyard, you need to give of your time, your energy, and your money. And wow, people have been so generous in all three. And it's so exciting to see. And if it blesses us and makes us full and to overflowing, then how much more must it make God's Day? Honestly, incredible. So to everyone who has contributed anything into the life of Ashford Vineyard and the whole wider community in the last year, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So, with the celebrations talked about, the thank yous done, the dreams starting to happen for the coming year, we just want to quickly tell you about what's happening in August. Now, our plan was to continue meeting over August, but with our change of venue, that's been scuppered somewhat. So what we've decided to do is just open up the diary to you guys to decide what you want to do in August. Throw a barbecue maybe, go down to the beach for a day, take the kids down to the park, think of things that you want to do to spend your time doing life together over August. Then just post it on Facebook, contact us at the office by emailing admin@ashfordvineyard.org. Let us know the date of where you're going to be and the time, and we'll invite the rest of the Ashford Vineyard family. There's also lots of work to be done in the warehouse this summer. So if you've got a paintbrush, you've got some skills you want to use, or maybe you're just good at making tea, then do keep in touch and keep checking the Facebook group, because it may well be that there's times over the summer where we have all hands on deck and get you all together to get some of the work done.
I think that's probably it from us. It's been an incredible first 5 years, and we are so looking forward to the next 5 years. And of course, we have our big celebration party on Saturday, the 24th of October. So get the date in your diaries. It is going to be a ball to end all balls. It will be incredible. So we are looking forward to seeing you there, that's for sure.
So for now, we just wish you a fantastic summer. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, and whoever you're spending it with, have a fantastic August, and we can't wait to see you back, ready for the adventure as we start in September.